Yo, what up? This is Penny Hardaway, and you're watching the Immediately Kinfolk Podcast. Stay tuned.
Immediately, I walk up in the room, these hoes choose on me repeatedly. Every time I play this throwback NBA Jams game, I'm Penny. You know what I'm saying? I always play, my player be Penny. That's it, I'm not gonna do it. Oh, wait, yeah.
Immediately Kinfolk Podcast. Action.
Immediately Kinfolk. Welcome to Immediately Kinfolk. Welcome everybody. Listen, Immediately Kinfolk. It is him and them. It is us. It's Immediately Kinfolk.
Immediately Kinfolk.
One hard-ass podcast.
Harder than a motherfucker.
Indeed,
You hear me?
Man. Listen, man, we like to hit y'all with segments and legendary commentary that we feel like is necessary. So,
Man,
this is your first time watching. We got a real GOAT.
Real legend.
Mama, there's a GOAT outside.
And then it's a Memphis legend.
It definitely is, man.
Yeah, man.
Penny Hardaway.
Penny.
We have Penny Hardaway today. Clap it up, people. That's right. Clap it up. Penny Hardaway. Immediately, yes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we got Penny Hardaway. I mean, it's already crazy that when we was playing the game, playing the NBA Jams earlier, man, just being able to so nostalgically go back to that time frame, you know what I mean?
Dude was at the top of his game.
Yes, indeed,
you know what
man.
I'm saying?
And his influence is still on the culture. They're still buying the phone posits, still rocking the shoes, man. You know, and he's elevated to a coach,
Indeed.
ACC champion.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We touched on a lot of cool stuff when we went
really
down
did.
to Memphis and got a chance to speak with Penny down at Crystal's.
Yeah, we did, man. We did.
Down there in Memphis.
Had a real good time going home. Was a really good time going home.
Definitely.
And was real, just some real spill and some legendary commentary.
Indeed, man.
You know, so
we got that coming up for y'all right here.
Yes, indeed, man. And what you can go ahead and do is subscribe to our vibe since you new to our vibe and our tribe. Indeed. It is immediatelykinfolk.com. Immediately Kinfolk, okay? Immediately Kinfolk Podcast as well on Instagram. Here is my Instagram right here. And there is DeRone Payne's Instagram. Now listen, we got my co-hosts include DeRone Payne, my brother Dirty Fresh, my Kinfolk Dirty Fresh, and my queen. We're going to have some minutes with the Mrs. We're going to have some movies with the Mrs. We're going to talk and have some real cool conversation for your situation and get some inspiration for your situation. So y'all stay right where you're at. We'll be right back. Immediately Kinfolk. Immediately, I walk up in the room, these hoes choose on me repeat. Immediately Kinfolk. Immediately Kinfolk Podcast, one hard-ass podcast. Kinfolk. Immediately, let's talk about the Fresh of the Day. This is our Fresh of the Day segment. Okay, so there was a post that I put out called Fresh of the Day on my Instagram. Mm-hmm. And it went like this. It raised a conversation that continues to be had on my comment section of my posts as I put this post out back in April.
Yeah, man. We talking about
pennies
versus
Jordan.
The Jordans.
Sneaker versus Penny versus Jordan.
Let's get into it.
Okay, so this is the Fresh of the Day, right? Penny Hardaway said his phone posits could beat anybody in the sneaker versus battle. Peep this clip, and then I got a question for y'all.
It's almost, man, like a versus.
Yes,
you know
exactly.
what I mean? And I feel like my sneaker line is as good as anyone's. I respect Mike, that's my guy.
Yeah.
But I'll put my sneakers up against anybody's sneakers.
So my question to you is, who would you take in the verses? Would you take phone posits? Would you take Air Force Ones? Would you take the Jordans? What would you take in a battle? And do you remember when Penny was in my So Crispy video?
I'm so crispy, I'm so crispy, I'm so crispy, you can't get with me. I stay out of town, but I'm so true to Memphis.
So you see, you know, like I think it should be a sneaker versus.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's necessary, and I think that you guys need. Listen,
get that boy PJ Tucker out there.
We got. I think it should be a sneaker versus. I think it's necessary. I think. Just not only do we do the Penny versus Jordans, but we do the, Barclays versus the Kenny Griffins, you know what I'm saying? The Iversons versus
the T-Macs.
The T-Mac versus the Shaquille O'Neals, you know what I'm saying? It's just it's the Patrick Ewins,
Kobe's.
The Kobe's.
Don't play with Kobe.
And I think also, too, we can get some of the hip-hop artists, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And athletes, you know what I'm saying? Like PJ Tucker, Fat Joe, you know what I'm saying? Fabulous and Moneybag and myself and really put together a real sneaker versus. But we talked about that and some more.
With the GOAT himself.
Penny Hardaway. Check out this legendary commentary right here on Immediately Kinfolk Podcast. Immediately Kinfolk. You hear that? You did! Yeah, it's happening right now, man. I can't, respect me, bro. Hey, the OG is in the building, man. You get what I'm saying? The OG is in the building. Hey, turn it down, too.
Yes, sir. Today, man, we got a 4-time NBA All-Star in the building. Yeah. 2-time All-NBA first team.
Yes, indeed.
From the town, from Memphis, Tennessee.
Yes, indeed.
Coach of the Memphis Tigers.
Yes, indeed.
AAC Tournament Champions 2023.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
None other than the legend himself, Mr. Penny Hardaway.
Immediately Kinfolk.
Hey, you know what? I appreciate that intro, dog.
Man.
That's love.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, no doubt.
For what you do for the city, for sure.
No doubt, man.
Let's just get right into it, man. Like, why? Why Memphis, man? Why a man of your stature, a legend, arguably one of the best to ever do it, you know what I mean? Real GOAT. Why stay in Memphis and do what you do for Memphis?
Because the city needs me to do that. I had to do my part, man. The city, obviously born and raised here, raised me through basketball. I feel the obligation, and I'm determined to try to do my part in making this city better.
Yeah.
And I think that by me being here, even before I started coaching at the University of Memphis, getting back into the streets and the hearts of the streets in Memphis to talk to the youth, and then being a coach, helping, us get out of certain situations, we're all pretty much majority coming from tough backgrounds.
Yeah.
And God blessed us with an ability to play sports or music, whatever it was, to get out. I got out.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense for me to leave and never come back.
Indeed.
To show the way.
Yeah.
And I'm just here to do my part to show the way to this younger generation on how it's done. When you can leave, be blessed to get it, and then come back.
Yeah, man. Like,
that's super solid.
That's an immediately yes to me. Like, for me, growing up, seeing you early, you know what I mean? Like, following you all the way back to Treadwell, you know what I'm saying? Like, and seeing when you was on the squad with Elliot Perry, you know what I mean? And as a 9th grader, you know what I mean? Immediately like starting, and just being the first like 6'7" guard that I see handle the rock like that, to be able to be able to switch direction, to be able to be that, it started a whole wave. What do you feel about like your influence? Because like to me, your influence in the culture is underrated. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I hear these conversations and they talk about GOAT, Jordan for sure, LeBron, in these conversations. But what do you see yourself? Because I see it like, man, come on, man, the influence with you, with your shoes, with the culture, with just I remember. So I just like, do you feel underrated in a sense?
I wouldn't say underrated. I'm going to go back to the 9th grade me.
Yeah.
I had great influence in Elliot Perry, who played in the NBA for a number of years. A lot of people don't know Elliot Perry. Look him up. He's one of the toughest, smaller guards, under 6 feet. He'll say 6'1", but he's pushing 6 feet. But to me, to be something, you have to see something.
Yeah.
I saw it through him, and I kind of mimicked him. I was 9th grade, he was 12th grade, and saw how he was getting all the media hype, how he was a McDonald's All-American, how he went to the NBA, how he played Kappa in college. Yeah. I followed those footsteps.
Yeah.
And to have God bless me to be able to do that, and then to make it in the league, and then be an instant sensation when I hit the league.
Box office, like you box office. It's like Memphis was coming out hard. It's the same when A-Ball MJG was coming out hard.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Ball and G.
You were coming out hard. You know what I mean? And me and Two, we were just discussing, like, we got to talk about the Penny over Jordan scenario because it's a conversation that happens on my IG all the time. about the shoes, but I remember the 95 playoffs. Michael Jordan, who I consider the GOAT.
Comeback season
winning the 4-5, and the comeback celebration was canceled.
It was canceled.
He was cooked.
Seared.
He was seared, sauteed on the grill.
Filet mignon.
By this man sitting next to me. You know, like you and Shaq was like, it's box office. Little Penny.
Going crazy.
Chris Rock going crazy.
Yeah, those times were the good times, man. You know, me and Shaq, Dennis Scott, shout out to 3D, Nick Anderson, Ryan Shaw, that group, Horace Grant. Yeah. Shaq was just, man, you know, it was the blessing all of us needed. Again, I saw it and I mimicked it. He was a mega star on that level. And I knew where I wanted to be. And to have him on my team, I can honestly say if we stayed together, we had championships because Shaq was just, he wasn't going to be denied.
He couldn't be denied. No, like it was he was, not even comparing the two, but Jokic this year looked like, you know, like Shaq, like, you know what I mean? Like just the unstoppable, like nothing you could do with him, you know, except for he had to throw a tray ball or whatever. Like when you watch the game today and you look at the game as it was when you came up, what changes do you see? Is it a weaker game?
Oh, no, I don't think it's weaker. I think this is just the era we're in because I'm a huge basketball fan.
Yeah.
We could talk about our era was rougher, tougher, whatever, but this era is much tougher as well because now they're expecting you to get behind that arc.
Yeah,
you got to be able to shoot.
You got to be able to shoot now.
Yeah.
And everybody can't shoot.
Everybody can't do it.
And you look at a guy like Jokic, man, it's like Lil Wayne said, I ain't never seen shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, he just do it his way. He got floaters, one leg floater, same leg floater, left leg floater, fadeaways, threes. I mean, and you got some guys, some really good guys guarding him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he made it look easy, man. And that's just a credit to his God-given talent. But I am happy to see this era. You know, obviously, you know, we're talking about analytics.
Yeah.
And I'm still a mid-range guy. I'm not against analytics, but I think you can't take a part of the game away. And that's where Chris Paul, you know, DeMar DeRozan, those guys kind of get in that. Jason Tatum, you know, and Jaylen Brown, they still kind of get in that area. Devin Booker.
Yeah, definitely. KD works in that area.
Guys still get in those areas. So I'm not totally against analytics, but I do know in this era, you got to be able to shoot it.
You got to be able to shoot. You definitely got to be able to shoot. But, okay, so coaching, though, the pivot to, like,
going from player to coach.
Going from player to coach. And then, like, that mental thing, like, because, I mean, as a player, you know, you always want to play, you know what I mean? And just, like, so how was that mentally for you? And then the pivot, was it like, okay, like, all right, it's time, you know what I mean? And you just make your move, or is it like, you know, is there a calling? Is there just some re-inspiration?
In my case, it was a calling. You know, if people have seen the ESPN 30 for 30 on the E60 stories on me and Desmond Merriweather, who was my buddy that was coaching at middle school.
Yes.
He was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. Rest in peace, Des. He brought me into the fold back in my old hood. And a lot of those kids on that team were really good in middle school. And everybody, if you know Memphis basketball, middle school basketball is just as competitive and popular as you got stacked, sold out gyms for middle school games, especially the good middle school games. Like it's packed in there. Most middle schools around the country aren't like that. But to come back, I guess it was, you know, my destiny to be with Dez, coaching these young men, keeping them off the court, keeping them straight, and then on the court, teaching them how to play the game enough to be able to get a scholarship to try to get out of a situation. So for me, that happened. But the pivot was quick, but the pivot was needed. You know, even though I was ending my career, I was helping these kids understand where they stood and where they could go and how they could shoot for the stars and how they could live through me and how they could do it if they put their minds to it, because I walked those same streets, same hallways at Leicester Middle School. And, you know, if I could do it, you can do it. So it was a pivot. It was quick because it happened as soon as I retired, but it was needed. Yeah,
and the progression with it, bro, I have to give it up to you because I saw you come from, you know, it being the EYBL to doing either high school and then going from that being just not skipping no levels. You know what I mean? Not cheating the grind at all. Like not having a hand to you, but just at every level being humble enough when a person of your stature, whatever, could easily be like, I'm gonna just fall back. You know what I mean? I could correspond, doing that whole thing or whatever. But it's like seeing what you did with doing with these kids. Like you really see the passion in it.
That's
really,
giving back.
You see the purpose in it. You know what I mean? And then to see what you've done with the program at University of Memphis. You know what I mean? And the year you just had last year. I mean, I just want to give it up to you, bro. Like, give your flowers up, bro. Like, please, let's give it up for my guy.
Yeah, I really, I thank God for humility. Because you have to humble yourself, first of all, to be able to come back, to be in the hood, to be with these kids.
I love them.
And to just be there daily, and it's just it's amazing to see those young men grow.
Yeah.
Not only as basketball players, but from young men to men, and the attitudes that they had before I got there to where they grew to.
Yeah.
And how successful they are right now. It makes me proud, man. And when me and Dad set out on a mission, and the mission was complete because we got all those guys out of there.
Yeah.
Whether it was JUCO, whether it was Division II, whether it was D1, we got them out of there.
Yeah,
that was a blessing.
Man, that's you doing God's work, man.
Especially doing it in the town too, like.
And I always say, you stay humble, you won't crumble, and your blessings won't fumble. You know what I'm saying?
That's real, right there. I like that.
They got to stay humble with it. Two, you have a close relationship with Penny in the sense of Larry Finch, because that's your kinfolk.
Yeah, I grew up so for me, with Shanae, Vicky, and all that, I grew up around them, and it was just like, Uncle Larry, or Larry Finch, but Uncle Larry to me, he played for the Tigers, and your story is very similar to his. He played.
OG, if you look up Larry Finch, if you don't look up Larry Finch, Memphis legend.
Yeah, but he played for the town, went on to be drafted in the ABA at that time, played for the Memphis Sounds, and came back home and coached as well, similar to your story. So. With the coaches and things like that, what are some of the coaches that inspired you and different things like that to do what you're doing?
Well, just to talk about Coach Finch really quickly, I give a shout out to Mr. Herb Hilliard. He was the first African-American male to go to the University of Memphis and be on the basketball team. Herb Hilliard.
Wow,
Coach Finch was the first African-American that brought the city together.
Man.
Him and Ronnie Robinson went to the University of Memphis when it wasn't popular.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted them to go. They wanted them to go to HBCU.
Yeah.
They wanted them to go to Tennessee State and say, hey, go play for our people.
Yeah.
Coach Finch grew up in Orange Mound, which was 5 minutes from the University of Memphis, and said, I'm going to go there and make it different than what it was.
Yeah.
It was frowned upon African Americans going to Memphis State at the time back then.
Yeah.
And he took the team with his teammates. He was the star player all the way to the finals.
Yep, it was Bill Walsh.
Against Bill Walton and UCLA. So, that's who I was coached by. So, and he's from the hood. He's from Orange Mound.
Yeah.
He went to the University of Memphis, and then he came back and eventually coached the team, again, following in great footsteps. Legend footsteps, man. So for both of us, we understood how to identify with the player because we were from where you're from.
Yeah.
And then we've been where you want to go.
Exactly.
So it's like a perfect mix.
I always tell people, man, you can't ask somebody, don't ask somebody from directions who ain't been where you're trying to go. How would they know?
Yeah, they can't tell you.
They can't tell you where they're going.
Can't steer you the right way.
They cannot steer you the right way. Like, okay, so, I see this, and then another thing too, man, it was like a moment in the last game when you got the whole team phone posits. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Super hard.
Like, see, that kind of stuff, bro, like, phone posits, like, are a staple in the sneaker head community. The Galaxy phones are like, you know what I mean? Let's just get into your influence with the shoe culture. Like, people that come out with shoes. I got, people, they're very great players who make shoes now, but their shoes don't do what your shoes do.
Them phone positives, they still going to sell out today.
Man, it's a blessing, because I was a sneakerhead growing up and to be able to have my own shoes. Shout out to Nike, man. I wear checks.
Yeah.
So I get checks.
Immediately, yes.
I wear checks, so I get checks.
Bars. Stop for the bars.
That's giving the love to Nike, man, because if it weren't for Nike seeing the vision and for God putting me in position to be able to be here right now, to be a sneaker guy, to have my own line, and to be able to have the foam posits, which are like one of the most powerful shoes out there in the shoe game.
You can't go to right now, you can't go to the DMV right now. Shout out to everybody in DMV.
Yeah.
They swear by it. Nah, Mo, they gotta have them jumps, bro. Like, that's what they be on, like, you know what I'm saying? And I think, like, of course Jordan is the GOAT, but Jordan's keeping it 1,000 out is like from 1 to like 13s maybe, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like after them jumps or whatever, like for me, you know what I'm saying, is where I get off, you know what I'm saying? But like pause. But I'm saying like, but like, yo, Jones, you got classics. You have classic colorways that could be able to go up against any Jordan. You know what I mean?
Not definitely.
And I really feel like we got to hit them with that verses though. You know what I'm saying?
We do have to hit them with the sneaker verses, man. You know, me and Shine over here, we talked about this because I did an interview, and it's just obviously shout out to Timbo and Swiss Beats and them, everybody with the real verses or whatever. But we talked about meeting with those guys and doing the sneaker verses. Yeah. And I think that with all the entertainers and athletes with these shoe collections, we could pull some things off, man.
We're gonna do it.
Man, to get that done.
I really see it happening. I really could see some real good competition between some extra crispy individuals, man. They got a lot of drip out here, whatever. That when you go in their closets, you know, it's that serious, like Fat Joe and people like that. They got lines, you know what I mean? Speaking of Fat Joe, he has a son with autism.
Okay.
I have a son, Jameson, with autism. Yep. You know, we have our own nonprofit, autismadvocates.org. You know, your son has autism and he just graduated. And I want to just give it up for your son.
You know, what's so crazy about that, man, is when he was younger, you know, we noticed a pattern of him just lining bottles up. I don't know if any of the parents, he was just into doing that. And we caught it early enough for him to go through these specialists, and we caught it early. Yeah. And, you know, he ended up being, you know, valedictorian of his class in high school.
That's incredible.
You know,
it's incredible.
2-degree, master's degree, undergrad degree. I mean, everything. I mean, this is a kid who was born with autism, so he is definitely a success story. Yeah. And we're actually going to do a movie.
Really?
With me and him, and just, you know, go through that whole ordeal, how that happened, and for him to be, it's brilliant. I mean, if you ever seen the movie A Beautiful Mind?
Yes, I guess. Yeah, Russell Crowe.
Jaden has a beautiful mind, man, and for him to be able to come through all of that, be playing basketball at the University of Memphis, and to do all of that educationally, man, I mean, you know, that's just inspiring.
So listen, with having a son like mine, who's Jameson, who's 12 and non-speaking, and seeing what is taking place with your son, it's an inspiration for my situation. We're doing a documentary called Instrumental, because my son, you know, he wakes up, it's like, you know, I got to figure out what beat he on. It's like it's like writing it. When I hear a beat in the studio, I got to figure out what the beat is saying, and when we making the beat, that's how my son is. I got to kind of figure out where he's at. And lining up things and doing that stuff, yes, all of that. And it was definitely like, it's a learning curve. So just seeing that success story, I wanted to definitely, you know, just commend you on that. And even open about it too.
Yeah, and we're going to do more, you know, for autism, because autism does speak.
Yeah,
you know, and like you said, I think that was beautiful. Like you said, instrumental. It's like you have to wake with the non-verbal kids. You have to wait to see. Yeah, you know, and a lot of people that don't understand that, you know, it's very difficult. Parents that have autistic children, you're blessed because they're blessed to have you as a parent.
No doubt.
You know, and no doubt. It is a beautiful thing. And for all the parents out there, you know, we're with you. We're praying. Yeah. You know, for you, because, you know, we could even in the verses, man, we could put.
Come on, we're gonna do it, man. Like, and any of you guys that are looking for some support or some early signs and for autism, autismadvocates.org, hit that up, and we can definitely like see what we can be able to do to help. We got an aquatism program going on right now where we helping, because one thing about it, autistic kids have their death rate is up when it comes to swimming. Drowning is the number one cause of death for kids with autism. And that's you look it up, it's crazy. So I had to like, okay, all right, we got aquatism. So what we're doing is like sponsoring swim lessons for kids with autism. And sometimes it's harder because kids with autism, like you got repetition. So parents spend a lot of money, and you ain't really seeing the results yet. Yeah. So you need help to be able to do it, and that's what we do. What we do, bro. But I definitely want to commend you on that, man. Same like, and just love. I just love, man. You know, your spirit, your energy, bro. You've always been always 1,000, bro. Like, you know what I mean, and always carried Memphis in a positive way, a positive narrative. I always go back to you pulling up. To me, this is I tell my kids about this, man. You know, 07, I got this song out, So Crispy, right? And the kids, they get into it now, it's retro, but it's like, you pulled up on me in the Crispy video, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And that day was just like, to me, that was like, man, like, it didn't get no better than that, you know what I mean? You know, it's just being able to, it's like, you know, Jordan pulling up when Jordan came to Ed Rice, you know what I'm saying? It was like them moments like that or whatever, bro. And like, and seeing where you come from and where you at and to still be able to give back, man. It's just, I commend you and give you your flowers, respect, and your roses.
Yeah, no, I appreciate
now,
that,
you know what I mean? But we ain't gonna hold you, Kinfolk. We know that you got a lot going on, preparing for the new season. We definitely gonna be following up with y'all on this Versus. You know what I mean? Listen, look out for that. That's on the way. And I just want to thank you for your time.
I appreciate it, my man.
Real, man. Much love, bro.
Definitely, much love. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you, sir. Indeed, man. Penny Hardaway, man, and we'll be right back like we left something. You did. Immediately, yes.
Yes, sir.
Immediately, Kinfolk. Now, wasn't that a great interview, man?
Man, excellent, man.
Like a lot of people didn't know or don't know that Penny had a son with autism.
Yeah, like,
you know what I mean?
We touched on a lot on the interview.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know, that's close to my heart, you know what I'm saying? But like the fact that he's so humble and he's so, you know, so down to earth, man, but you know, he's so down to earth for what he worth.
Nah, for sure.
You dig what I'm saying?
You gotta respect
and,
that.
And you gotta respect it, man. I really appreciate Penny. And yeah, you just see, we are gonna be doing that sneaker versus.
Indeed.
So y'all make sure y'all stay in tune for more of that fresh of the day, as well as standing on Grizzness, which is our next section we about to get into. It's the Immediately Kinfolk Podcast.
And we'll be right back after this break.
Hello all, Cody the Grand here, the king of the 1 minute sales pitch. Now today I'm talking to my entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs, I know what you want, I know what you need, and you better be glad you got access to Poppy Grande because you're about to get it all right now. You want more sales, you want more traction, and you want your brand to be seen as, you know, legitimate amongst your competitors. I got you. You need to be able to get all of that from one source. I got you. I got the keys to that one source. That's right. I'm about to give you the tool that's going to take your business to the next level today. You need to holler at the people over there at the Payne Branding Company. That's right. Who is the Payne Branding Company? I'm glad you asked. The Payne Branding Company is the answer to all of your media marketing prayers. Anything you need media related, not only do they do it, but they do it at the highest level. Do you hear me? If you don't believe me, you can click the website right here, and prepare to have your mind blown. You need to be able to figure out how to link your product to your website. Don't worry, they got you. New logo, they got you. Business cards, they got you. Anything print related, they got you. You need video content, they got you. Payne Branding Co. Hit these people up. Tell them I sent you.
Immediately, Kinfolk. This is the part of the podcast where we stand on Grizzness. You know, we are avid Memphis basketball, Memphis Grizzly fans, you know what I'm saying? So we stand on Grizzness, and we got the Zoom, you know what I mean? We got the Zoom in the room right now. We got Dirty Fresh. In Memphis, Tennessee on the check-in. What's going on, Dirty Fresh? Immediately, Kinfolk.
Man, everything but the wrong thing. What's up with y'all players, man?
Man, everything good, man. So let's just get right onto it. We stand on Grizzness. Let's talk about the draft and what's going on. We made a smart move, what I think with Marcus Smart.
Indeed. I think it was a great pickup, man. You know, like I said, we hate to see Tyus go, but at the same time, man, it was a good move. I think, you know, the defensive toughness. I think for the locker room, he's going to do a great job, you know, mentoring Ja and the rest of the younger guys on the team. So I think that's a great move and a great pickup, man.
Yeah. Immediately, yes.
Indeed.
Tyus did a lot for the team, though.
Yeah, I think Tyus, like, the thing with Tyus, I think it benefit both parties the best. Like, because we know Tyus truly is a starting caliber point guard.
And
but
never would have started in Memphis.
He ain't going to start in Memphis. It's over with. So it's like, you know, we get a good replacement, you know, and Marcus Smart to bring that tenacity of like a Dylan Brooks.
Yeah. Who's about to go get a bag right now.
Oh, yeah. Who just got a major bag.
A rich op.
Man, 80 M's.
He a rich op now.
They got that boy 80 M's
he in Memphis, he came straight through Memphis and got his bag. I love it.
I ain't even mad at it, man.
I can't be mad at him.
It's cool with me. Anywhere but Memphis.
Immediately, yes.
Immediately, yes. Anywhere but Memphis.
It's not Memphis.
Anywhere but Memphis.
Man, we wish you the best anywhere but Memphis, man. You know what I'm saying?
Never in Memphis.
You know what I'm saying? Never in Memphis.
I mean, you know, he was a great player, but I'm just saying, in order for us to get over the top, man, I got a championship aspiration. I felt like it was time for us to move in another direction.
No, I think you're right about that, Coach Fresh. Speaking of different directions, you know what I'm saying? I see Jordan Poole went a different direction, and now he's over there. The trade happened. Draymond getting about it. They busting up the situation.
Immediately unfollowed.
Yeah, he unfollowed Draymond quickly.
I mean, after you got fired on the way he got fired on, I had to leave too, bro.
Fired on that, man.
We got to squab every day in the locker room.
Yeah, listen. Never. It's not over ever.
It ain't over.
It ain't over ever.
Over, man.
Like, you know what I'm
Teach your man how
saying?
to squabble.
Teach your man how to squabble. And got it. They just gave him 200 something and they sent him right up out of there, whatever, man. That was crazy. We got to tap into the home team.
Man, what about that boy Desmond Bain, man?
Desmond Bain.
Desmond Bain, $207 million.
207 million. I mean, it just you know, but you know what? He deserves it. You see what he did with what he did with, you know, pause, but what he did with his body and what he did with like they got better, he got faster. He dropped weight, you know what I'm saying? Dude really went out there and got better, you know what I mean? And really can drop you off from he's a two-way player. He got defense, you know what I'm saying? And the best thing about him is that he's like he's a good role player. Like, you know what I mean? He don't be trying to be all in the, you know, in the hoopla or whatever. He just do his job, like, you know?
Yeah, he just gonna snatch some angles, man. That's it.
Yeah, 207.
Yeah, man. You know, that's the new collective bargaining agreement, man. I love to see these guys getting all that money, man. I love to see it, bro. Because, you know, for years, all the stars in the past were getting grossly underpaid. So now it's kind of catching up and it's balancing out. So
yeah,
I think
that's
it's
really
dope,
good.
man.
That is immediately really good, yes. I was looking at Bell Ball. He getting from the Hornets. He getting a 260 piece, right? And then Jordan made like 94 million his whole career.
Anthony Edwards just got that too.
But to what Fresh was saying, 94 million what Jordan made his whole career.
Yeah, the
on
times
basketball. You know what I mean? This man 260. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like
260.
You know, it's an immediately yes, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, but you know, it's similar to the rap game, man. You know, we all the newer generation all stand on the shoulders of those who came before him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's what's happening. Derrick Rose came home.
Yes,
immediately. Yes,
yeah. I think it's really great, man. It's really great for the fan base. You know, of course, Derrick Rose, arguably one of the greatest point guards to ever play the game.
Yes.
Another guy that can come in and mentor Ja.
Yeah.
So, you know, show how to move on the court as well as off the court. So I think it's a great situation for him, bringing him back too. You know, those jersey sales going to go through the roof too.
Man,
them jersey sales is going through the roof.
2-3 man.
You know, I remember, but, you know, and I love the player that Derrick Rose has become. You know, but I remember. I feel like he's paying me back for what he done to me in 2008. And
it's still too soon. It's still too soon.
You know, so I feel like, man, this, you know, now I think he came back to finish his breakfast. And I'm glad. I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah. Immediately. A happy ending. You know what I'm saying?
Pause.
Get this chip. Get this chip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
pause.
Let's get pause. In today's pause-worthy news.
In today's pause-worthy news.
Yes, pause-worthy. Uncle Kinfolk.
Yo, immediately no. Immediately no. Nah, man.
But yeah, man, that definitely would be storybook ending though for him to come back in Memphis and get a chip, and you know that'd be perfect. You know?
Perfect,
that would be
man.
absolutely perfect.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I like the off-season moves. I like the Grizzlies are definitely standing on Grizzness. For the new season, man, I'm excited about it, man. I'm excited about it. You know, shout out to the Grizzlies. You know, that we always support you guys. They support us. You know what I mean? Definitely, I'm looking forward to being, you know, a key part of the season, man. I look forward to every time we come out there. So it's good. You know what I mean?
We know how you do. You know, courtside shorty, man. We know how you do, man.
Courtside B, man. Courtside B, man. Please.
Yeah, right. Come on,
immediately, yes, man. Nah, man. But I appreciate you standing on Grizzness, though, Fresh, though, man. Anything else you want to shout out, man? Why you got some? I know you got some goings-ons with some goings-ons out there, bro. You know what I mean? But definitely, you know.
I mean, you know, just you know, on the music side, man. You know, we gonna go crazy. It's gonna be a crazy summer. You know. Stay tuned for that new single, Zilla featuring Dirty Fresh. Yeah. It's gonna be crazy.
Immediately, yes. Yeah,
man.
That's what it is, man. We're looking out for Kinfolk, and we're gonna keep standing on Grizzness and standing on business. You dig?
Yeah,
immediately, Kinfolk. Indeed.
Major pause.
Oh, this shit, man. In my throat. I can't. That's for real, man. That shit there, man, hidden. Like, that gumbo is hidden. For real, that gumbo and ziti together. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
That was Master Square gumbo.
And the Migos. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and the Migos. But the Migos, this is the vibe. This is right here.
Definitely the vibe.
And Neho is the vibe. Like, this right here, man, you gonna, listen, I don't drink all the time. I'm not really a drinker like that. You know what I'm saying? But, like, when I do, it's Casamigo and Neho. You know what I'm saying? It is just the perfect blend.
I don't always drink with when I do.
When I do. I sound just like him, don't I? I don't always drink.
The most interesting man in the world, Uncle Kinfolk.
I don't always drink. But when I do, we shine apple passion.
Oh, man.
Immediately Kinfolk.
Welcome back.
Yeah, one hard-ass podcast. Immediately Kinfolk. Make sure y'all subscribe to our vibe, immediatelykinfolk.com. Immediately Kinfolk. This is the segment we come to. My favorite part of the show is, immediately yes or immediately no. Immediately yes, immediately no. These videos.
You post some crazy stuff, man.
I know, man, but at the end of the day, they shoot the videos. They do these things. I only simply just are bringing it to the attention of the masses. You know what I'm saying?
A whole lot of negativity.
There's a lot of negativity going on. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of crazy activity. Now, I'm going to show y'all some of the immediately yeses and immediately nos I've seen online this week.
Let's get into it.
Immediately no. Immediately no. I'm telling you right now, I seen what I needed to see. Because I don't.
I'd like to welcome you to the Immediately No Show. I'm your host, Sir Kinfolk. And what we do with the Immediately No Show is cover all the immediately, repeatedly, irrevocably no's of social media and online. Now, if you're watching me for the first time on WorldStar and need a recap, I shall catch you up indeed with speed. Starting with this bartender who's an immediately, repeatedly no in India.
Nope.
It's 5 o'clock in India, and I gotta tell you, this bartender looks scary and unsanitary. Look at that rust in that pipe in that barrel. It came straight from Flint, Michigan. Oh, he's putting cocaine and fentanyl directly in the beverage. He slipped something in his hand he hasn't washed off. He pressed it. This is a roofie.
Stir that up,
No, we're not drinking that. This is a walk me down to hell. This is sin and juice. You're killing tourists. Immediately no. Safe to say we won't be drinking there. Now let's travel to Bangkok, as Dancing with the Stars has nothing on these two.
Nope.
If you immediately know, why dance? Coming from the Ecstasy Olympics in Bangkok.
When I be on the mic, yes, I do my duty, yo. While up in the club like we while in the studio. You don't wanna violate, nigga, really and truly.
No. His companions having a convulsion on the dance floor. Everything's kicked in.
I don't know what the thing in the dress is. I don't know what the thing in the dress is doing, but I do know the thing in the dress, and this whole thing is an immediately no.
And now our travels have brought us to Mexico. Well, these two tourists have made a startling discovery that is an immediately no. Two tourists today discovered the fountain of this 23-year-old young man, full head of hair, jumps into the water. Pops back out, he's 69 years old. What in the reverse Benjamin Buttons is going on here? He needs answers. He doesn't know where the time went. He doesn't know where his hair went. And look at his friends. They're rolling. They're dying. They can't. I can't. This next video is going to give you a shock, Horns. Do you hear me, Vato? He tried to steal a wallet and is immediately no. Si, senora. This dishonest Vato who sees a wallet, Holmes. Check this out, essay. Instead of returning it, he decides to put the money in his balls. See, Vato?
He didn't know it was attached to a taser. Immediately no. Immediately to the floor you go. Underlay. Iba, get off of me. Hold on, you charge me. What am I going to do? What am I need to do, Holmes?
Don't be dishonest. Now we look at the Grassy remake. Drake's character decides to pick up a phone he does not own.
Anybody see
All of a sudden, he's healed.
Nope.
Immediately no. Super cap. Handicap. Literally. Putting your hands on things, stealing things. You're in for a shock. Immediately to the floor he goes. Having a seizure. Charles bolts. Lightning. Charging up his balls right now. Oh, yes, he's shaking like Pookie. What the fuck? Fentanyl and crack rock right now. I think we've learned a valuable lesson this evening. Stealing is an immediately no. We shall end our show in the good old streets of the U.S. today with this man who's quite nasty and sassy and an immediately, repeatedly, irrevocably no.
What's the freakiest thing you ever did? I sucked my own dick and came in my mouth. I'm speechless.
It's a no. Thanks for coming out.
It's enough Instagram for me tonight, y'all. I'm going to bed.
It's definitely no.
We're not going to change our mind.
Definitely no.
It's still no.
Immediately Kinfolk.
Hey, man, you all right, bro?
That gumbo.
That gumbo.
That gumbo mixed
Spicy.
with spicy gumbo.
Immediately, yes.
Man, let me say
If you
though.
know, you know.
If you know, you know, man. We can't get up out of here without giving some inspiration for their situation.
Gotta do that.
And whatever
man.
you might be
Immediately,
facing.
yes.
So this is the part where we do coffee with Kinfolk. And it's definitely some the coffee is blackjack number big facts plus tax. So y'all tune in right here for some inspiration.
Dig that.
Real quick, if you spend all today talking about yesterday, you're going to be late for tomorrow. And that's the coffee.
Immediately Kinfolk.
Yeah, man.
All right, welcome back to Immediately Kinfolk Podcast, one hard ass podcast, and you've been watching this, so you could definitely say it. You can say it.
Immediately, yes.
It's an immediately yes.
Yeah, man.
This is the segment of the show I love because it brings on a person I love, okay? This is Moments with the Mrs. I bring on my queen to the scene. Hello, queen.
Hello.
Nice to see you today.
Nice to see you too.
Big queen in the building.
Big queen on the scene, and we're going to get right into it. Kiki.
Booty cheek, palm.
Kiki.
know
Oh,
what?
come on. Don't do Niecy like that. Kiki.
I don't even don't call her that. She is living her best
Kiki
life. And I
Palmer
don't
was,
even
let me at least, Kiki Palmer was out in Las Vegas seeing the Usher show.
Mm-hmm.
And she just had a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to her for having a baby. Give it up to another black queen having a baby.
immediately yes.
Okay. And
Immediately, yes.
and while she was out there, her baby dad took to Twitter or Thread or to wherever he was.
Violation.
And he
Immediate
violation. He decided to go ahead and let her know that you are a mom. You're a mom.
Feeling a type of way.
You're a mom.
Keep that at the house.
You need to be sit down.
Keep it at the house.
Okay, immediately
right.
no. Immediately no. Hit it. Yeah.
Immediately, no.
Tell me what you think about that, Mrs.
Immediately no.
Immediately,
Thank
no.
you very much.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
violation. Whatever kind of way you're feeling, keep that in the house. That's it. Social media, bring it at, it's wrong. Violation. No.
Violation immediately.
No. You feel the kind of way. Yeah.
So
Have that discussion at the house. That's it. Period. That's it.
okay, past the discussion, right? Because I think there's a lot of insecurities going on. And if you look at the booty to crotch ratio.
You know what? Okay, now I'll give you that.
It wasn't a lot of fabric
Male
in between.
to your
You know
loved
what I'm saying?
one proximity
It wasn't
might
a lot
have
of
felt
fabric.
close, so I can see where that
mean,
could bring up
it's
some
sheer.
feelings.
She is an
Sure.
actress. She is a
Regardless
star.
of her outfit,
know.
even if she was wearing a snowsuit,
I'm
the
just saying-
proximity of another man to your loved
groin
one
area.
is
on
again
on the sheer.
irrelevant. Okay,
It's relevant.
no, what she's wearing is honestly irrelevant. If I was wearing a
don't think I like you
snowsuit
talking
and
about
hugging,
Pause.
and a man was hugging me, I believe
Let's not talk about growing
Crotch
ratio.
That was-
I don't like where
I
we're
mean-
going
But
with this.
listen, if I was wearing a snowsuit and a man was hugging me, my husband's gonna feel kind of way. That's it. So
Immediately.
regardless of what you,
Yes.
I don't care
I
if it's
feel what
Usher
you're
or
saying.
whoever
yeah.
it
So
is.
I think the proximity brought some sensitivity, but just bring that up at the house. Just don't do it
outfit
social
just
media.
added insult
It was
to
a rookie violation, so we're gonna give you a pass. And let's just do better next time. Just bring that up at the house, and we'll keep this moving.
Let me say this real quick from the baby daddy's perspective or whatever. Like, do you not think that she was a little bit maybe ready to get out and show people that she's lost her baby weight and she's ready to get out here and show people that hey, I'm still
Immediately, yes.
and maybe she was wrapped up in it and maybe just went a little bit too far with a star.
Again, however his feelings are, he brings that up at the house, and then how she reacts
That's true. No, that's
after that.
immediate.
This is rookie. This is rookie move.
Immediately,
Okay,
yes.
we have four
he definitely
children.
would.
We've been together like 1,000 years. So
we
this
have.
is rookie.
1,000.
Yeah, 1,000 and like one.
To 1,000 years of marriage.
Okay, Thank you. Thank you. I need some kind of award.
Yeah,
I feel like. But okay, next
we'll get
time.
you another diamond.
Okay.
Get you another ring.
Clap it up for diamond.
Thank you. But it's just rookie moves, okay? That's just, they'll be fine. Just bring it up at the house, deal with it,
and keep
move
it moving.
accordingly. Yeah, and that's
keep it moving.
That's
like,
it.
you know,
That's fine.
I
But let her live.
What happened in Vegas did not stay in Vegas.
It didn't.
Right.
It didn't stay.
It's on
That's-
Instagram.
It kept going.
Everybody needs to remember the rules.
There are threads.
It's everywhere.
Everybody needs to know the rules.
Everybody, yeah,
booty cheeks
the rules
everywhere.
are.
And you definitely,
Okay.
you know, booty cheeks.
Let
you've
her
been into
live.
it.
You guys with the booty, come on, man.
He brought me into the booty cheeks. I wasn't saying booty cheeks before he came on.
Yeah, you guys need
Booty
to just
cheeks.
stop.
On the post.
Stop with the hand motions. I
just
think just
saying.
stop. It's enough.
what
Let her
I'm
live.
on.
She looked beautiful.
She did. She looked
Let her
great.
live.
You know what
I
I'm
think
saying?
that the proximity of Usher brought a few
got a
like
little,
you live. Go ahead and live, and
She
just
got it
we'll
bad.
give him a pass. He's a rookie,
He let it
and
burn.
we're gonna move on. Do better.
Immediately
yes.
yes. the kiki in the cheeks, man. You know, and just,
Stop with the
and
cheeks.
just
Immediately
to
no.
insecurities. You know what I'm saying?
No
You know, we all.
insecurities.
I mean,
But-
it just.
Yeah.
It was just. Yeah.
It was
just
too close.
brought
Yeah,
up
but it's a no for me
some
though.
kind of way feeling.
My wife
Yeah.
already know what's up. Heavens no.
You know what?
Immediately no.
We
Wait
ain't
a minute.
We
She
ain't
could
doing
wear-
no
she
sure
could look
booty
for some-
cheeks out in public. You know what I'm
Vegas?
saying? Vegas, Miami, New Amsterdam.
No booty cheeks in Miami?
Miami.
No.
For me.
You guys, we can take that as a challenge.
Hey,
We
man,
can
say
see
that.
all
We'll
us.
see.
Yeah,
Now,
we'll see.
We'll see.
Hey, man.
If we go to Miami,
Right.
when we go to Miami,
Okay.
we're going to see.
On the next yacht.
On the next
If
yacht.
we are out there
Yeah. Come
with
on.
the sheer,
all
with the
I'm
cheeks,
saying
thighs.
cheeks
all
will
I'm
be
saying
happening.
is the only person in ratio to the crotch and the booty
See,
is
here we go.
me and her.
See,
That's true.
that's the truth. See,
That's true.
that is the thing.
I will.
It was the
Will
fact that
Smith
another man was
slap
close.
the shit out of Usher.
You know
Do
what?
You hear me?
Don't threaten Usher.
Usher.
This is not-
Listen,
I'm just saying.
Usher doing his job.
It ain't
Usher's
you, but
doing his
You
job.
an example, Usher. You better stay off people woman, okay?
You know
Maybe
what?
so.
You better sing to somebody else, my boy.
Let everyone live. Let him do
You ain't gonna
his
have it
job.
your- you ain't gonna
Let her
have it
have a
your way
good
over here.
time. Let her have a night off. Have a
Immediately
good time. Okay. And if
I
you have a
digress.
problem, bring it at the house, and
You
that's
right,
what
though.
you do.
You
But,
okay?
but here's the thing.
I'm
But
just
she
saying.
wrong still.
Here's
Just
the
a
thing.
little bit.
She's not married
But
to
it's
this
not
man.
about
That's
the
a little bit different,
outfit.
too.
It is about the
Not married.
outfit.
No, it's not. I think it's really about the
The who?
closeness.
So the outfit
hug-
don't add
no,
to
it's the closeness. It's the hugs
So
and
if
stuff.
you
I
seen
think
this
we
man-
brought it into that and we made it about
So-
that. What did I say
Hold on,
last
hold
time?
on.
Diversion. What was it? It's like you wanted just
misdirection.
misdirection
Alright,
about the outfit, but it was really he felt
I
a little
gotta hit
threatened.
you with a misdirection right now. Okay, so if he's out in the gym hugging somebody,
No.
shirt off, you know what I'm saying?
No.
That's a different hug versus, you know what I'm
But
saying?
that's again
a
the
fully
closeness.
Sweater kinfolk versus in the gym
The
kinfolk.
closeness of the proximity.
That's a
Yeah,
different
it's the
hug.
that's
Is
what
what
I'm
it is.
saying.
Yeah.
The
You know what I'm saying?
closeness and the skin with the closeness, that's where it becomes, yeah. But if the closeness didn't happen, really, are we just talking about an outfit?
I
don't know.
mean,
in Vegas, I had a good time. Like,
Yeah,
I
we
don't know.
used to have some good times in
Yeah,
Vegas,
and
too.
then
I
didn't
mean,
you
like,
say
wow.
that he had like some twerking stuff out? Like, come on, you're not
He
like
did.
you're
Now,
not like
I agree with
super
you.
tight like that.
I
Like,
agree with you. I agree with
And my
you.
husband, I don't feel like he would be comfortable even with the twerk videos.
I ain't
Babe?
with the booty. None of the twerking.
Why your face looking like that?
Immediately.
Heavens, no.
No kind of bending up, no kind of and the shimmies with the jiggles.
Immediately no.
Yeah, no jiggling.
No,
none of that.
No
All
jiggling for the
no.
camera, maybe just a little.
It ain't what you do, it's
It's
how
done
you
in
do.
private.
And it's when you do.
That's
who you do it
personal.
with in private. You know what I'm saying? That's the
saying.
school.
And that's
which I
all I'm
come
saying.
from,
So
you know
let
what I mean?
them they're a young couple, even
Yeah.
though they have a baby together, they're
Yeah,
a young
they're still
couple. So
young.
that,
Yeah.
so just let
They'll
them
get it. They'll
work
get
it
it.
out and I'm just giving you a tip, my guy, whatever your name is, just like bring it at the house and then let her, let the queen do what a queen will do and, take that into consideration as you go on. If you go on.
Tips, I need some tips on how the gentleman, at the White House got away with cocaine. I mean, he got some tips
why
on dealing
would you
with
need
security.
that tip?
Listen, wait a
I
minute.
mean, I don't
Wait
do
a second.
cocaine. Hold on.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
Let's just make this clear.
Immediately no.
For other reasons, but I'm just saying, allegedly.
No, I mean that's a good. That is definitely ties
What's going
into
on with that?
I want to say this. Okay,
Tips to beat the law, get around the law. Is that what you're saying? I'm trying to-
Allegedly.
listen.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Hey,
It's a good lead in
don't
to.
judge me.
It's
okay?
let's tap into
judgment.
I won't judge you.
The white-
We won't judge each other.
No judgment.
Judgment free.
Yeah, we're not on trial.
All right, go ahead.
All right.
Shout out to Young Thug.
Free Young Thug.
That's right.
What I want to say is the cocaine in the White House
Yes.
just is
It's
that's a bar
cocaine.
within itself. It's
At the
like
White House.
they found cocaine in the White House.
White, I get it.
Yeah,
White,
I mean,
the white.
it's And we
Wait,
ain't
what was
talking
that song?
Coca-Cola.
Oh, what's that song? I love
Immediately
it.
know.
Shorty Low.
Yeah, got no white, but the white be my girlfriend.
Yeah, this is like the new.
Got units in the city. If you
That's the
want to
new
come
White
and
House,
get it.
like, theme song.
Work. Rest in peace, Shoutout Low.
Yeah,
no,
Shorty
let's
Low.
understand
Indeed.
that Plies, my brother Plies brought up a good point.
It's your boy Ply, babe.
Yeah, he said, man, okay, now if someone came into his residence and they found cocaine, somebody's going to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever's the owner of this property or whatever, you're going to jail.
Immediately
Going to jail. The people who stormed the White House when Donald Trump won, what he didn't win, okay, they found each and every one of those individuals and sent them all to jail.
Mm-hmm.
However, no one knows who had the white in the White House.
The Coke boys.
It's immediately no. We know
Immediately no.
Allegedly, I probably think his son.
Whoa.
His son
Okay.
had a problem with drug use, and
I'm just surprised that any of that even got out, to be honest with you. Like, I would think this would be like just a situation, like an in-house situation. I'm surprised any of this
But
was
clearly,
even,
like the last situation we just talked about with Keke Palmer, a lot things are not in the house these days.
Okay.
Things are outside.
That was like on a stage with like an audience, right?
But I mean,
wasn't it?
It was.
Okay, so that's a little different. This is like,
but it's a huge double standard. All seriously, it's a huge double standard.
But we know about the double standard in government and like,
immediately no.
I don't know. This is where this is going.
It's not cool. You know what I mean? I don't think that's cool at all. Also, too, let's talk about the billionaire beef. That's going on right
that boy
now.
Zuck.
Are you team Elon or are you team
Zuck?
I don't know about their beef.
Well, right now,
What is it?
there's a new app that just came out, Thread, which is Instagram's version.
Oh, yeah. It's teaming Twitter. It's teaming Twitty.
Shout out all my knitters.
And
we thread.
Yeah.
Wait, okay.
There you go.
Stay woke.
Okay.
Immediately, yes. All my knitters out there.
know,
okay, we're gonna roll with that one. We're gonna rock that one.
It's fetch.
That's gonna work.
It's very fetch.
It's very fetched. It is fetch, but at the same time, it
shout out all
work.
my knitters. You know what's going on? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Big knitters.
We're definitely threading the needle right now. But that is what they are beefing about. They're beefing about it. You know what I mean? Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk sent a cease and desist out to Mark Zuckerberg.
Wow.
As soon as Thread was released, you know what I mean, inciting that he has compromised and copyright infringed on several of the tech, you know what I mean, side or whatever and all that. And he says that he's cheating. He's saying that Zuckerberg is cheating. But I want to say this. Mark, we know you cheat. Mark will cheat. Mark cheated on the movie. You seen the movie Facebook.
Yeah, I ain't
Mark will cheat. You know what I'm saying? Mark will bust a move. You know what I mean? And he will do it. So that's what's going on right now with the whole thread. I just started my thread. You know what I'm saying? And my thread is doing pretty. I'm ahead on my thread. I'm up about 3,000 followers right now.
I just don't have to jump on every boat that comes by. It's just,
at the end of the day.
I mean, that's just for me.
We knitting, we crocheting.
Yeah, I'm not taking up crocheting just because
the needle,
big blankets.
Yeah, so right now, I guess we teams up.
Scarves and all that. Well, good luck with that. I'm not even.
The finest of the finest.
Yeah, and I haven't still seen that. I'm looking for the Cybertruck, and it still ain't came out yet. And I'm trying to figure out that. You know what I mean?
I don't.
Where is the
Cybertruck?
Elon, you're not focused.
You're not focused at all because
Drop
the Cybertruck has been the waiting list. People are now starting to sell slots from the waiting list.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, you sending cease and desist out to Mark. Why don't we go ahead and drop the Cybertruck?
So, man, something else we need to talk, man, about dropping, man. You know, I just found out that, I thought you was full-time vegan.
No, you always say vegan. See,
hold on. You've been cheating on the VFPB community.
I don't know what that is, but how dare you?
That's
even
the vegetable fruit. Vegetable fruit plant-based community.
These letters.
Wait a second. First of all, we've been pescatarian for like 20 years.
I called Shine the other day.
Let me hear this out.
Pescatarian
on the grill.
is No. Well, he does grill for our kids. Some of our kids are carnivores.
He said he had some meat.
Is a carnivore.
Yeah, but they do eat steak.
My boy said he had some meat.
Pause.
Yeah. Okay, I have some sons. I do have some sons that do eat meat, red meat, eat white meat. They eat meat. But we have been pescatarian for 20 years. That's fish in Italian. So we have eaten fish, and then we went vegetarian for a minute, which was just vegetarian. That's different than vegan.
For a year.
Yeah, so but like pescatarian for 20 years, and we just eat fish.
Okay.
Yeah. And, so that's what it is. But we've never claimed vegan. That is where you don't eat anything from animals. No eggs, no milk, no butter, no... I like just anything that has to do with animals. So, I mean, we eat eggs.
I say it like this. I say it like this. Let me say this. No chicken in my kitchen. No pork on my fork. No beef between my teeth.
But not for us.
Hold on. Okay, you talking about the beef between the teeth, but was you not just smelling the steak?
But we can smell it and not eat it.
That ain't secondhand meat.
What?
Wait. No, it's not.
Immediately, no.
That's secondhand smoke.
Just stop. I mean, we've never cheated. So don't just even put that out there.
No.
We are what we say, and that's what it is.
I'm sorry to the VFB community.
20 years, not even that. It really matters. Because like we talked about before.
But it's okay.
Yeah, you're carnivorous. But it doesn't even matter. No judgment, regardless of what you do, because we said that if you're not cooking your own food, if you're not growing your own, if you're not growing your own food, then somebody could put something in it.
Yeah.
So you're still at, the mercy of someone.
You definitely
So it's not, it's not a judgment.
I ain't gonna lie though, the little mushroom, cauliflower, little chickens be good.
I took him to plant-based.
They be good.
Memphis.
They be good.
You're all,
he's about that.
Yeah, we put you on a few things, bud.
But
settle down.
And nothing need a lot though.
Nothing looks as good as healthy feels.
I be hungry though. I'm amazed at the appetite difference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I be hungry.
Yeah, you do. You eat a lot.
You know what I'm saying? You witness this. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, man.
We used to feel like that. We used to not know what would a meal be like without
me.
I can't fathom it, man.
But that was like 20 years ago. Yeah. But the thing is, whatever you do, if you're deciding to change what you put in your mouth, what you're eating, and that's something some discipline that you're doing, that is something that you can apply in different areas of your life. So in that way, I think that it is a very, it'll take
a lot of fortitude for that.
Yeah, it's a great thing for your character. It's a great character builder.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah,
if you're disciplined, whatever that means, even if you're just like, you can start with something, I'm not going to drink soda anymore, and I'm just going to, or I'm only going to drink water.
Yeah.
Say you're doing that, and that discipline that you're applying is now, it's strengthening your character.
It's embedded in your
right?
character.
That's hard, like working out. Like you got to really dive in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you can apply that in all kinds of different places. And
the principles you talk about.
Absolutely.
Man, shout out to that.
Yeah, it's discipline.
No, it's definitely discipline. Definitely discipline. Immediately Kinfolk. Now, we had some moments with the Mrs. Now, we also do movies with the Mrs. This is a section where we talk about where you, too, can Hulu with your boo.
Hulu with the
things
boo-boo.
that we watch. You know what I mean?
Man.
You dig what I'm saying? So, Netflix and chill or whatever you decide platform you're streaming on. Well, you know what I mean? But I do have a movie coming out. They Clone Tyrone, July 21st, Netflix. Okay, make sure y'all go watch that and check that out. Okay. Immediately, yes. We had a great time for the premiere, too. Shout out to everybody that was out there. Eric Robinson, Joels Taylor. We're going to have the whole staff, and everybody's going to be right here on the Immediately Kinfolk Podcast. So that's coming up. Now, babe, we did just finish a couple of things. We watched Age of Influence, which is a great documentary.
Yeah.
About
like social media.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's interesting. That's a light one. Like, it's just like, episode by episode.
Yeah.
Just like how social media affects different people.
Yeah.
They all kind of had beef for how something happened.
Yeah, there's a climax. There's a each episode is like a season. You know what I mean? To me, because you're talking about someone's life and how they came up and how they maybe still be up or how their pitfalls were really killing it on social media.
Yeah, so, it's different, like different
hustles on it. You know what I'm saying?
People each time. Some
people selling health, you know what I mean? The health and wellness. Some people is on to the
some people are like scammy with all the like
scammers.
Yeah, scammy. Like what's that one we watched
what's your cash
with Yeah, it was, with the lady from the lady from the Ozarks. She played Anna. She's like, you looking broke.
You're talking about.
Oh yeah, the Keeping Up with Anna. You talking about? The woman.
Something with Anna.
Anna.
Making Anna, something like
that. What was that called? Because that was a good one. That was based on a real story, and she was like an heiress. She was like a fake heiress, and she was like. Yeah, capping, but she was like doing all
type of names and stuff.
Yeah.
The Making of Anna.
Yeah.
It was something like that.
Yes, but it was similar to that because they're like, they have things like that on the what's that social media one we were just watching? Age of Influence.
That
Yeah. Like
was really
somebody,
good.
yeah, that was just like she had everything. She had all the money, but she was like, and then somebody he was doing like little scams on social media.
Yeah, he was giving away money and then like I don't want to we don't want to spoil it for you. Y'all just need to go watch it.
Go watch it.
Interesting.
Okay,
the
very
Age
interesting.
of Influence.
Age of Influence. Let's watch that.
Now.
We just watched Your Honor. It's in season 2, about to go on season 3. Your
and
Honor.
that's the actor from Breaking Bad. If you haven't seen Breaking Bad,
Breaking
was a good
Bad is
one.
classic. Please go watch Breaking Bad.
It has some good
immediately. Yes,
seasons. It has some
great
seasons. If you want to binge some seasons.
Of course, if Snowfall is a classic to me. You know what I mean? Immediately, yes, super classic.
Indeed.
Definitely that. Those are a couple things y'all can check out or whatever, man. The binge watch.
And then the actor from Shameless, which is another season.
Yes.
He has the new show, The Bear, which is it's very chaotic, but it's really good. It's really, really good.
The Bear is
it's
a great
chaotic.
show.
It's not like a piece,
but it is
good.
Two things when you watch The Bear. You'll be okay because make sure you got some food.
Indeed.
And then it's a very
that chef life.
It's that chef
series.
life, and the chef life is very chaotic, man.
Yeah.
So it's like it's
but
different.
it's getting things done amidst the chaos.
Yeah, it's like
and he's really acting in that. I mean, he's really showing his
it.
acting chops in that.
Watch Shameless.
Because he's good at Shameless.
Shameless is fire.
The chops.
And then watch check out The Bear because it's definitely season 2
and
of that.
Season 2 just came out.
And it's fire. We about to put we about to watch the finale on that jump. But listen, it's crazy though. I'll definitely tap those things. And those are just a few movies and TV shows with the Mrs. that y'all can tap into, man. And like I said before. They Clone Tyrone, July 21st. I have a role in it, supporting role in it.
Yes.
Netflix, make sure y'all go watch that. We'll have the whole staff, we're gonna have the whole cast. Eric Robinson, Joel Taylor, everybody's gonna come through. You know what I mean? The week it comes out, July 21st. So Immediately Kinfolk Podcast. Immediately Kinfolk.
Welcome back to the Immediately Kinfolk Podcast.
And my wife, who doesn't like me today, is still here.
It's just today.
It's just today. Immediately. Well, she's not gonna like this right here because she hates when I refer to myself as Uncle Kinfolk.
Uncle Kinfolk.
But I am Uncle Kinfolk. And Uncle Kinfolk.
Because what does that make me? Auntie?
Yes,
it's weird.
Does.
You guys seen the memes? You got that word. Yeah, season. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Season. But auntie, you've seen the memes and the stuff, and I don't like the way they're portraying aunties, and I am an auntie. I do have a niece and a nephew.
Yes, you do.
Come on, niece and nephew.
Yes, Myla and KJ.
Myla just went to got sent to Tennessee. You know what I mean? Just graduated, going to Tennessee.
Y'all got real nieces.
Yeah. I mean, I am an auntie, but I'm not an auntie. Like, ooh, look at auntie. You know what I'm talking about. Auntie, like the memes.
It's levels to auntie.
You know what I'm saying.
Okay, dig that.
Like he's making me an auntie meme. Like
because
he's making
I'm
me
Unc,
auntie.
and nothing,
you're putting.
Unc is wisdom.
It's how you wear it, though.
Listen. Let me say this to you.
What are we doing? Why?
You can be the rich auntie.
It's wisdom.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody got that rich auntie.
Listen, everybody got that cool, drippy uncle that they still listen to, that they still vibe to and ride to, and that's what Uncle Kinfolk is about. Indeed. And nothing looks better on you than wisdom.
I would have liked a discussion about where you're taking us and how you're just going to just claim this auntie and uncle situation with what?
Auntie.
Yeah. It
look good on y'all.
Okay, so these memes, these auntie memes, that's me.
That's
what you guys are trying to say.
No, you cannot. Don't succumb to the power.
You're doing this to me.
That's the misdirection, Queen.
No, that's a misdirection.
You're doing this to me. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, look at auntie.
You saw the misdirection thrown.
Yes, that's a misdirection.
That's
flag on the play.
She's a very, very clever misdirection. She's
completely on point. What are you even talking about?
Replay first
She will misdirect you.
All right. What are you even talking about?
Right, so
I'm completely on point.
Here.
You brought up this uncle situation. That makes me an auntie, and I don't.
So who's over the auntie coalition?
You know what?
Listen.
I don't know. Look at these memes. Okay, and if this is what you guys are saying, that this is what I am. So when you took on Uncle and just felt like, yeah, this is what we're gonna do.
What the memes
I feel like
I don't give a damn about the meme because I'm still Unc. You know what I mean? And I'm Uncle. I'm
why are
Uncle
we?
Kinfolk.
What is it? Why is this what we're holding?
So
on
let's
to out
break
of all
down.
the things?
What is Unc?
Yeah,
Uncle
why not
Kinfolk?
OG?
Yeah, let me tell you.
Because that's
like,
so street. See,
like-
look at that.
I just feel I like OG. Like you're just like you're like
original gangster.
And I am original gangster.
Yeah.
Come on, we gotta be.
But like, but I'm saying, and I am it. But look at that.
This is what I be talking
Original
about.
gangster.
Right here.
You prefer me to be original gangster, but
Y'all
I want to
wanna-
be. I'm gonna be. I'm
We
gonna be.
trying to get out the streets.
I'm gonna be because Unc is still because Unc is still cool enough to where the youngest will still listen to him. You see what I'm saying? Oh,
Even that, the youngins. I don't like where you're taking us, and I'm just gonna be. I'm just gonna be clear about that. So just whatever.
Well, I'm gonna let you know.
We can agree to disagree.
Okay. So let me go ahead and do my plug for my project real quick.
Yeah.
So
I respect your music and all that, but I'm just saying.
let me thank you very much for your opinion. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. You are getting some real moments with the misses right now. Okay, y'all are getting it for real talk.
Uncle and Auntie. Go ahead.
Yes, from Uncle and Auntie because the way this culture is behaving right now, y'all need some unks and some aunties talking to y'all. Y'all need it. Immediately y'all need it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because the decisions that y'all seeing y'all make out here, a lot of immediately knows are happening. And y'all need Unc. And listen to Unc. Listen to Unc. Let Unc tell you how to be player and how to
There
have
is
some
some
lump.
seasoned wisdom that we could just pass along. That's
like,
Yeah,
you know what I
sprinkle
mean?
a little bit of season on it.
And we season. We got to get them some of this seasoning.
Some of them too
You
bland
know
out
what I
here,
mean?
man.
You know what I mean? We got to get y'all.
Too bland,
y'all
man.
need some seasoning.
Just too
going
much
on.
salt. Too much
flavor
salt.
out here, man.
So Uncle Kinfolk is the new project I got out that is partnered. We just did a co-op with World Star on this joint, man. So shout out to World Star. Distribution on that thing, man. And it's out 8 solid records, man, that you need to vibe and ride to and survive to and live to. You know what I mean? So tap into Uncle Kinfolk. The video just dropped. Essence. It's crazy. Let me show y'all a little clip of this video real quick.
I'm filming it, man. My guy hustle. I had to step my game up because of you.
Yeah, Essence. Got a bag and they been hating Essence. Out of bag and I've been holding Essence. Whoa. Essence. Got a bag and they been hating Essence. Got a bag and I've been holding Essence. Essence, folk drop, nigga being hating. Where you been, Kinfolk? It's on the streets waiting.
Yeah, man. Uncle Kinfolk, go stream it, go download it. You dig what I'm saying, man? And we're going to keep it moving and grooving. Immediately Kinfolk Podcast. Immediately Kinfolk. Welcome back to Immediately Kinfolk Podcast, one hard-ass podcast, but we also a very positive podcast that does a lot of advocacy. Immediately, yes. And especially in the field of autism. And I'm going to let my queen folk tell y'all all about autismadvocates.org. Tell them about it, Queen.
Right, because those of you that don't know, we are the Colemans, and we have 4 children together, 3 sons and a daughter, and our second son, Jameson, is autistic and non-speaking. So we started a nonprofit, autismadvocates.org. So you can follow us on IG at autism.advocates, or just go to autismadvocates.org and find out how to be an advocate, and we appreciate all the support.
Immediately, yes. Indeed. And listen, next week, join us next week on the Immediately Kinfolk Podcast, where our guest will be Hit Kid.
What it do, man?
Yeah. Hope y'all enjoyed the show.
You know what? It's excessive.
It's very excessive. Pause with the fingers, man.
But wait, I do like that song and with Glorilla, and I'm like all about Glorilla right now, the Queen Glow.
And if y'all did not know,
right?
G to the L to the O, Big Glow.
Shout out to Big Glow. You know, I'm in that Sprite commercial, 50 Years Hip Hop, you know what I mean? With Big Glow, and we produced the Get That Money on Glorilla's debut album.
Which is amazing. And then she worked with Hit Kid and did that song that I like, the
F&F.
FR.
Immediately, yes. F&F. So, Yes, indeed. So Hickey gonna be here next week, and then stay tuned. Glorilla's gonna be coming through as well.
Glorilla.
Real soon.
Yeah.
All
The
right,
queen is
listen, man.
Samoan.
Indeed. Hey, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to our vibe. Immediatelykinfolk.com. Immediatelykinfolk.com. Right here. See it? Immediatelykinfolk.com. Subscribe to our vibe because it's all the way live. It's an immediately yes. And we'll be right back next week. All right? Y'all be blessed like y'all be blessed, and y'all can have all the rest. You did?
Immediately Kinfolk. Immediately, I walk up in the room, these hoes choose on me repeatedly. HIJK element, no, she can see the P in me. I can switch your element and change your life immediately. Electric Homer for the summer,